and jump into it. We like to begin on time so that we can also end on time. My name is Joseph Miranda. I'm the broker and owner of Miranda Executive Realty, and here to give you our latest training that we have, our latest and greatest Ask the Broker training. Today we're going to talk about, first, a shameless plug. So for anybody watching this, whether it's live or if you're watching this later on a recording, if you want to learn more about Miranda Executive Realty, if you want to attend or see more trainings like this, scan the QR code right there, and that'll take you where you can get a little bit more information about us. So moving on from the shameless plug, today we are going to talk about social media excellence. This is not going to be a college level course on social media. If you know me, you know that I am not a college level individual, especially when it comes to social media. However, as real estate agents, as salespeople, our presence on social media is going to be super duper important. We do have one strategy that I think is a high level strategy. We're going to talk about it towards the end of this meeting, where it's something that I believe if you really do want to make connections and become more influential on social media, I believe this is a process, something that you can do to kind of be a little bit more influential and grow your followers. I think we'll see, right? So again, so Joseph Miranda, broker and owner of Miranda Executive Realty. Real quick, just a disclaimer, this training is really for Miranda executive agents. These are agents that are working with us directly. Mostly I speak opinions. Most of the stuff is, factual as we try, but, basically don't sue me later on if you put something on social media that doesn't work. So, and if you can, please hold your questions to the end. If you have a question while I'm going through the training, just jot it down, so that you don't forget it. At the end, we always do a question and answer session. So I'd love to hear your questions. If you want to post them in the chat there, we'll get to them at the end. So all right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So what is the importance of having a social media presence? Why should we all have a social media presence? Well, number one, you should have a social media presence because it's going to gain you visibility, right? People want to be able to find you. When you think about some of the ways that we do our marketing, maybe you're cold calling, maybe you're door knocking, maybe you're sending flyers, right? When you're doing different types of marketing, people are going to want to be able to find you online. They're going to want to know who's coming into their home, right? You call them. You schedule an appointment, you're on your way over there, or, they know that you're coming. A lot of people are going to want to know who's really coming into their house. So they're going to want to find you, right? Well, where can they find you? They can find you in social media, right? Facebook, Instagram, wherever you have your accounts, you should be easily, be somebody that's pretty easy to find, right? On top of visibility, it's going to lend credibility, right? Your posts, the things that you put, right? Not only are they going to find you, they're going to see you, they're going to realize that, okay, this is a real person. This person really is a real estate agent, right? They've got all kinds of real estate agent stuff up here. They've had this account for, X number of years, but also they're going to see, some of the previous posts that, that you put. Hopefully you've got some real estate stuff up there, and the things that you put on there should lend to your credibility. When they see a post that you made, or when they see some of your previous posts, things that you've done, your posts are going to show your experience and your expertise in your field, right? What else do you want to achieve when they're looking for you in social media? Visibility, credibility, likability, right? Let these people know your personality. We'll get into that a little bit more as we kind of go along here, but you don't want to put things that are polarizing up there. You don't want to put things that are, that are going to cause people not to like you based on, some, opinion, right? And maybe for us, it's not offensive. Maybe for us, it's not, whatever. But for somebody else, it might be. So, you want to be sensitive for what you're putting on there. Just think about every time you're about to post something, Think about, you know, if I were to if I were to schedule a listing appointment, and this customer, right, being whatever demographic, whatever age, you know, whatever race, whatever gender, you know, whatever it is, right, all of the different, you know, all of the different varieties of these things that these people could be, right? If I were to post this, is there any one of those demographics or combinations of the demographics that this might be offensive to, right? And if it is, then maybe you shouldn't post it, right? Because you might schedule a listing appointment, or you may get a buyer lead and they look you up online, right? You're visible, right? They found you. You're credible. They see your sales history, but you put something on there that doesn't make you likable, right? That could very well cost you that business. So be very careful when you're posting. You want to keep those three things in mind. You know, that's why you post, but these are things that you want to keep in mind. And your number one goal on social media, right, should be engagement. You want people to engage with you, right? This is where, if social media is a tactic or a strategy that you're using in your overall marketing plan, right? It doesn't matter how many followers you have if nobody's engaging, right? It doesn't matter if you have, you know, 10 million followers. If you post something, nobody likes it, nobody comments on it, nobody shares it, right? Then you might as well not have those 10 million followers, because you're not engaging them, right? You are not being engaging, right? So what else do we need to think of when we're posting, right? Visibility, credibility, likability. We want engagement, right? When you're creating content, you want to know, what are your objectives, right? So what are some of the things what are some of the goals that you want to achieve when you're posting on social media, right? So this is for we're not teaching you how to be an influencer, right? I can't teach you how to be an influencer, right? But I can tell you that, you know, on the real estate side of things, right, on a business side, from a business standpoint, visibility, credibility, likability, right, there should be some common goals, some common objectives that you should have when you think about posting on social media, right? Number one, we're in the business of generating leads. I think as a real estate agent, everything we do is kind of wrapped around generating leads, right? Whether, you know, we're at a networking event, a business function, a dinner with friends, right? No matter what it is, we're always generating leads. We always have our ear open to try to hear, you know, to try to listen for an opportunity, right? Number two, as I said before, you want post engagement. You want stuff that's going to be engaging. And the next thing is more followers, right? So those are just a few goals. You may have some different goals that you have in mind when you're posting on social media. When we post as a company, you know, when I put, you know, the rare post that comes actually from me, these are the goals that we have, right? We want to get leads, we want engagement, and we want to get more followers, right? Then you want to think about, when you're posting, what's your target audience? Who are you talking to, right? Who are you, you know, who are you trying to get this message across to, right? Is it geographic? You know, did you put an open house? You know, did you put an open house post? You know, you're going to want that to be somewhat geographic, right? Nobody's going to fly in from Alaska to come look at your open house, right? So you want to be thinking about, you know, geographically, where are they going to be at, right? And then think about their interests, right? What type of person, right? When you narrow it down, what's their interests, right? So you have two options. Well, you have a few options when it comes to different social media accounts, right? You've got business social media, and then you've got personal, right? And there's no right or wrong answer here. I know some real estate agents, I know some people, some different companies, that they only have their personal page, and their personal page blends everything together. It blends their business, their family, you know, what they ate for dinner, you know, everything comes together, and everything comes together all on one page, right? Personally, I'm not a fan of that, right? I don't like to mix my business content with my personal content. Do I do it sometimes? Yes, absolutely. Do other people do it for me? Yes, absolutely, right? But for me, you know, I like to keep things separated. My mind personally works better when things are separated. Again, this is a personal decision that you need to make. If you're going to have a business, Facebook, business Instagram, business, I don't know, TikTok, Twitter, however many accounts that you want, right? What are the primary ones that you use? And then on the other side, are you also going to have a personal thing, right? My strategy for social media is really, I post mainly on my personal side, right? Our admins, sometimes agents are the ones posting on the business page. But what I do from time to time, so that I can still have that credibility, right? When the people are going online on social media to find me, I do take stuff from my business page and I share it on my personal page, right? But me personally, I don't want to overwhelm my friends, my family, people that know me personally. I don't want to overwhelm them with my real estate related content, right? I think after a while that will begin to annoy people, right? If they, every time they see my stuff, it's nothing on a personal level, it's just all on a business level, right? So I like to mix and match, right? So I keep them separate. Again, it's personal preference. I know some agents that just have their personal page and they just mix everything all together, and that's totally fine, right? If it works for you, then you should definitely keep doing it, right? Some of the tools that we use, right? Some of the things that we do to post on social media, to make social media a little bit easier. Number one, right? The sites, right? What are some of the bigger ones? These are our favorites: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, obviously. That's where this is recorded right now. LinkedIn and X. We don't really post that much on X because the characters thing and all that. But these are probably the big ones. TikTok is not in here. I don't know much about TikTok. My kids know all about it. I know a lot of real estate agents that do really, really well on TikTok. Again, these are just platforms that that we use, that we can just talk about, right? Where do we create our content at, right? These are the companies that we use to help us create the content, right? Canva. We're not graphic designers, right? We don't have an entire graphic design team. It's probably obvious maybe when you see some of our posts, right? But it's fast and easy. It's fast and easy, right? Canva's fast and easy, right? I'm also not a great visionary when it comes to social media, so we use companies like Listing Leads. Listing Leads gives you ideas on what to post in social media on a regular basis. Different types of posts, right? Whether it's reels, maybe it's a post, things that you can even send. You can repurpose social media posts also as emails or text messages, right? That's a great company. CapCut for recording videos, editing videos, making videos on your phone, right? There's another one similar to it. It's called Captions, right? You can record content on your phone, record a video. You can cut, you can paste, you can edit, you can add actual captions to it, right? You can do all the things that you need to do to create a professional looking social media video, right? It takes a lot of the editing time out of it. And also ChatGPT. In my opinion, every single real estate agent, every single business person should have ChatGPT as one of their #1 apps on their phones, right? ChatGPT, I mean, it really is, our motto with this company, don't stay stuck. ChatGPT helps us not stay stuck. When you're not sure how to say something, when you're saying something or you're typing something, for example, remarks on a listing. All the features of this home, it's amazing, right? But you keep typing it and you can't really figure out how to get the words right. Put it in ChatGPT, right? And give ChatGPT some instructions, right? Hey, write this in 900 characters or less. Give it a luxury feel, right? Like get as specific as you want it to be, right? And ChatGPT will put it together for you. You don't like it, you can have them do it again, right? You don't like a certain sentence, oh, say that again, but change this sentence, right? It's going to do exactly what you want or need it to do. ChatGPT is amazing with words, right? If you have the upgraded version, if you need to create an image, it's going to create that image for you, right? And then we're all about automation, set it and forget it type things, right? We've talked about our marketing in the past. We've talked about our email campaigns that we create, all the email stuff that we do, right? These are the things that leverage your time. Things that, maybe you take a few hours, maybe you take a day, maybe, an hour a day, a little bit over time. But once you've built it out, right? Once you've set these things on automation, it's going to be set it and forget it. I've used Hootsuite in the past. Personally, I'm a bigger fan of Social Pilot. That's the one that we use right now. So when you see, our branded content on, Instagram, and it kind of looks like, maybe our just listed, just sold types of things, it's probably created with Social Pilot, right? Or it's probably posted by Social Pilot because you're going to schedule it, right? We'll get a little bit more into automation a little bit ahead here, but, so there's a lot of posts that we can make that we automate, right? And then there's other posts that we can't, right? So, oh, sorry, I'm ahead one. All right, yeah. So the last one is link your account, right? Bring your Facebook and your Instagram accounts, right? They connect. So if you post on Instagram, it'll post to Facebook. You post to Facebook, it'll post to Instagram, right? You can connect those together. So it's a little bit less work, right? Now you posted on 2 sites. You've only had to put the content one time, right? So all right, to automation. Do you want to automate? Right, it's up to you, right? But there's certain content that you can automate, and then there's certain automate that you can't automate, that you can't, right? So there's certain content that you can't. So to be automated, right? That's the to be or not to be, in case you didn't get that. To be automated, right? So if for your content that you are going to automate, right? Number one, our recommendation is create a template. Just have a template, right? Create your template for, for whatever it's going to be, and build that template out as many as you want or as many as you can. Tips and tricks, we'll get to some of this other stuff that we can automate into the future, but down the road here in a couple other slides. But you want to have this template and use this template over and over and over, right? Swap out images, swap out some copy, right? Swap out the words, right? But for the most part, you're going to keep that template. Maybe this is a post that you put once a month. Maybe it's something you put once a week, right? I don't know if you want to post it every day. Maybe you can, right? But just take some time, build out these templates, right? Build a template and then just swap out the content in there, right? Drop them into Social Pilot, schedule them in bulk. Now you've already got it, right? So if you want to do tips and tricks once a week, sit down, make a template, copy it 52 times, right? One week, 52 times, you got 52 weeks in a year, right? Put your title in each one, put your images that goes to that title, put your copy that goes with the title and that image, and now you've got 52 pieces of content that you've automated that's automatically going to post to your social media, right? So what else can you automate? What about your social proof, right? How many online reviews do you have? Right? How many reviews have you gone out collected? If you collected 52 reviews, you have an entire year's worth of reviews posting on your social media, right? If you've got 12, you've got a month's worth. If you've got 6, you could post them every other month, right? But you should definitely be sharing these types of things. Why? Because the visibility is going to lead to your credibility. It's going to lead to your likability, right? These are the things these are building your credibility, right? These are the things that make you credible as a real estate agent. The stuff that you post, right? That tells people that, yeah, I'm in real estate. I'm successful in real estate. Post your reviews, right? Post it once and then automate it, right? There's nothing that says you can't repurpose this stuff over and over and over again, right? If you posted a review a year ago, there's nothing that says you can't post it again. If you only have 6 reviews, just keep using those 6, right? And then as you get closing, as you're more successful, make sure you're getting more reviews. And every time you get a new one, you can post it, right? What else should be on automation? What else should you be posting automatically, in the occasion? Holidays. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Memorial Day, happy Juneteenth, right? Like all of these things fall on the same date. Easter, Thanksgiving might be a little more difficult to automate because every year they fall on a little bit different date, right? You've seen these things on our websites. They're all automated. These are all fed, towards the end of the previous year, it's all built out for the next year. Right? It's all built out and it's put in there, set it and forget it. We don't have to deal with it. Right? Take a day. Take one day. Go to Canva. Right? Get your image. Put your words in there. Put it in Social Pilot. Set the date. And it's going to post it automatically for you. Right? Visibility. Credibility. Likability. Don't be offensive. Right? What else? Tips. Tricks. Hacks. Recipes. Secret sauce. Right? Just little tidbits that, again, little things that you're able to put out there that's going to give you a little bit more credibility. Right? Let me give you some tips on how to do this. Right? Professional staging, first impressions, pre-approved, list your priorities. This is just a few. Right? What do you want people to see when they come to your page? You could do one of these a week in addition to your social proof, right? I mean, it's really kind of endless, right? You want to put a tip one week, and then maybe the next week you put a recipe. You could put, favorite places to visit, right? Just set it all up on automation. So come up with these little mini campaigns and come up with a frequency with which you can post these. Get a company or get, I think even Facebook, you don't even need, Hootsuite or Social Pilot. I think the back end of some of these, you can schedule your posts. Pretty sure, right? Now we use Social Pilot because you can take one post and you can check the boxes of all the different social media. But if you don't have a budget for it, just find your favorite social media and schedule your posts through there. Right? But automation is going to make your life easier. It's set it and forget it. You don't have to think about it for the rest of the year. Assuming you do 12 months. Maybe you do 3 months at a time. Right? What's content that can't be automated? It's things that are more timely. Things that, that don't fall on the same year. Things that are not necessarily, general type posts, your tips and tricks or recipe, right? Things that, change, right? So something that you should definitely be posting 100% of the time, you're just listed, your pendings, and you're sold. 100% of the time, you should be putting those things up, right? That's your credibility. Again, that's your credibility. When people visit your social media, let me go. I set a listing appointment with John Smith, real estate agent. Let me go let me go find John Smith, real estate agent on social media, right? Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Let me go find him and see what he's done, right? An open house doesn't even have to be your open house, right? Create the flyer, right? Create the flyer for the open house on somebody else's listing and put it on your social media, because people aren't going to know that it's not your listing, right? Real estate agents might know, but they're not buying or selling houses with us anyway, right? Real estate agents aren't going to call you up and say, hey, I saw you did a beautiful open house. I want you to help me buy a house. They're not doing it. Buyers and sellers will, though, and they're not going to know the difference. They're going to see that you did an open house at, this beautiful home. Your marketing looks nice. Your branding looks good. They like it. So when you walk in for that listing appointment, you've got a little bit more credibility, maybe even a little bit more likability, right? It doesn't matter, but you can't automate this. This is something that you have to be intentional about. Every time you get a listing, get the professional photos, right? Post to just listed. When it goes pending, post pending. And when it sells, post to sold, right? Is there a story, right? Were you a hero? Did you do something special or incredible when this property sold, right? Did you negotiate an amazing deal? Was the whole, did it expire? And then you relisted the expired property and sold it? Did you sell it over asking price? Did you represent both sides? Right? All of these things. What about, pictures with your customers? Right? What about, pictures with, at the closing table? Did you post those things? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Right? There's times when things are going to be spontaneous. And this stuff breaks up. This stuff here is what should break up your automation. Maybe once a week, twice a week, put some spontaneous content into your social media. Doesn't matter what it is, just put something spontaneous to break up the automation. Right? You don't want things, you don't want to look like a robot. People will see the patterns, right? There's certain, sorry, my cat wandered out. there's certain personalities that are going to pay attention to patterns, that are going to see the patterns, right? They're going to see, okay, yeah, they put a review, right? Then they put a hack, then they put a recipe, then they put a review, they put a hack, they put a recipe, they put a review. They're going to see that. You have to break it up with spontaneous stuff. Are you out on showings? Right? You see something cool in a house, go there. Right? Are you with the customer and I don't know, it just looks like a moment that you could take a picture, right? It doesn't really matter what it is. Show yourself in action. Right? When the photographer is there or the stager is there, right? Or you're the stager, you're helping move stuff around, right? Maybe you're helping touch up paint, right? I don't know what you're doing, right? I don't know what you do, but when there's a moment for social media, I mean, if nothing else, take the photo. You can decide to post it or not later, right? But if you think, wow, this might be good for social media, take the photo. Nobody even knows when this happened. So if you post something that happened 3 months ago, right? You post a listing like, or you went into a house and it has, an amazing kitchen, 3 bathrooms, a pool, on the water, right? That's a lot of different shots. You could create you create a carousel, put all those together and show this one house in one amazing photo or one amazing post, or you could break all those photos up and post them over time, right? And maybe you put something else on it. I don't know, right? But if you see something that seems like it would be worthy of social media, take a picture of it, record it. Maybe you don't use it. Maybe you do, right? Worst case, you've got a memory on your phone now, right? You delete it later. You don't have to post it, but at least give yourself that option, right? And just, when you're posting content, right, what's your number one objective? It's engagement. It's engagement, right? You want people to like your photo. You want them to comment on it. You want them to share on it, right? So what do you do, right? How do you post things? Oh, personal spontaneity. Man, I keep getting ahead of myself. Yeah, do your own personal stuff too, right? Now, some of these, if you have a personal and business page, maybe you wouldn't mix them. Or maybe you do. You can mix them. You can mix them up if you want, right? It's your page. It's your business. It's what, it's you. So however you see fit, right? It's your personality. Let it shine. If, pets, if you want to appeal in your real estate business to pets, then, show yourself with your pets going on showings with your dog. If you do it, right? Everybody takes pictures of their food, right? Take a picture of your food if you want, right? Hobbies, maybe you're a car enthusiast. So, when you go to car shows, put your cars up, right? Because that's going to attract those types of people. You want to work with people like you, right? People like them, right? So, all right, content, make it engaging. I think I'm on the right slide now. God, I hope. Content, make it engaging. How do we make content engaging, right? Number one, it's got to be quality. You need quality content. It has to be. if you take a photo, you don't want a blurry photo. You don't want, this is where I struggle is on photos. I'm not, if anybody will tell you, I'm not good at taking photos, right? That's why we hire professional photographers when we get a listing, because they know what they're doing, right? Make sure it resonates with the audience, right? Can you get people to interact? Can you ask a question, take a poll, right? What about a call to action? Click here, go here, DM me now, right? Scan this, go that, right? Tags, hashtags, things like that, keywords. It all helps, right? People are going to search, they're going to find it. Make sure it's authentic, right? Make sure it's your content, right? Because people will feel if it's not genuine. You've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it, right? And then be consistent. We talked about automation and consistently posting on your automation, but automation isn't really engaging. Your automated stuff, people, the holidays, maybe you'll get a couple likes or something, on your holiday posts. Maybe you get a couple likes on, on your tips and tricks. After a while, it's going to become less and less engaging. That's your credibility side, right? But that's not your likability. Your likability are the posts that are going to get you your engagement, right? Your one-offs, the stuff that you can't automate. That's going to be your likability stuff. That's going to be the stuff when you're posting that and you're creating that. Think about how you can get people to engage with that content, right? How, what can you do when you're posting this to get people to engage with your content, right? All right. So we did talk about, in the beginning, I talked about one strategy. If you want to get a lot of engagement, this came from somebody who does have a lot of followers, who really takes social media serious, right? You want to have a plan. How do you get people to engage with your social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram? It doesn't matter where you're at, right? You start by engaging other people's content, right? Start by following other people. You ever notice sometimes you follow somebody and they follow you back? You ever notice if you like enough posts by a person, they'll like your posts back, right? What if you share a post, right? What if you share their post? Will they feel, you share enough of somebody's posts saying nice things about them? Think they might reciprocate? Maybe, right? What if you comment on other people's posts? Actually comment on it, right? You're not, you're not like privately kind of stalking through, looking at their stuff, right? And then what if you DM people? Just message them directly. This is just, you come up with your own numbers, right? Whenever we train, we tell you it doesn't matter what you do. We train on a lot of different strategies. We train on a lot of different tactics. Everybody's got a different objective. But at the end of the day, you need to do something, and you need to just keep doing it, right? You need to do it a lot, right? Don't stop doing whatever it is that you're doing. So whatever your marketing strategy or tactic is, keep doing it. So if social media is going to be one of your strategies, this is a strategy that you can use. Every day, follow 5 new contacts. Does it matter who? Maybe. I don't know. That's your business, who you want to follow, right? You want to follow the real estate agents so you can see their content? Or do you want to follow people that could potentially be your customers? Do you want to follow, an influencer that's known for taking really great photos? Doesn't matter who you follow. You could follow 5 different people every day, right? And then as you're scrolling through, just like 10 posts. Like. Easy, right? Find one that you love, share it, put a comment, right? As you're scrolling through, find 10 posts that you can comment on. And then direct message 5 different people, 5 different profiles, right? They might not respond. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow you can DM 5 more people. And the next day you can DM 5 more people. What do you say to them? Whatever you want, right? Appropriately. Whatever you want to say to them. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you say. Hey, I've been following you for a while. I just want to let you know that I love your posts. They're really engaging. I love I love your photos. You're a great speaker, right? Where did you learn to speak? It doesn't matter what you write. It's just DM them and see where that goes, right? Somebody follows you, a new person follows you. You can message them, hey, thanks for following, whatever, right? How'd you find me? The five that you decided to follow that day, message them, hey, I'm a new follower. Just want to say hi. Doesn't matter. See where it goes, right? These are really easy contacts. These are really easy, right? We talked about way before, right? It's the number of contacts that you have, right? You need new contacts, and you need people that you can follow up with, right? These are brand new contacts. This is stuff that other people aren't doing. If somebody's bold enough to do this, they're going to have success in social media, right? You're going to have success because you're making contacts. You're getting to know people, right? You're paying it forward. You're not waiting for everybody to follow you, everybody to come do something on your page, right? You're doing for other people what you want other people to do on your page, and they're going to reciprocate. It's called giver's gain, right? So when you receive something, it makes you want to give something in return, right? So, what else? Things to remember when you're posting. Just a few things to think about. Number one, what image are you trying to build? When people come to your page, what do you want them to see? How do you want them to feel? What do you want them to think? Do you want to be an expert in this thing? Do you want them to think of you as a family person, a fun person, a little bit of everything, right? But you have to have a goal. You have to have something in mind with what you want them to think. So think about that. Every time you post something, does this add to that image that you're trying to build? If you want people to think of you as a successful real estate agent, shouldn't you put successful real estate agent content on your social media? Right? I want people to think that I'm a successful real estate agent, but I never put that I sold a house. I never put a tip or trick up there, right? I never show that I have a customer. I've never put any of my reviews. So why are they ever going to think that? Right? Skipping ahead, don't personally look, do what you want, freedom of speech, but I don't think I don't put hot button topics. Why trigger people? Politics, we're in an election year right now. Why trigger people? Right? Why would you, why would you do that? I mean, it's great. You believe what you want. You can think what you want. You can say what you want. Other people can think, believe, say whatever they want, right? That's the great part of this country. But if you're looking for customers, do you care what their political beliefs are necessarily? I know I don't. Even looking for friends, people in my life, I personally don't care about people's political beliefs, right? As long as they're not like totally psychotic, not hurting people. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. But why polarize and eliminate that entire demographic of individual because you put that, you hate this politician over here, but you love this one over here? Or, this law is whatever, and anybody who agrees with this law is an idiot. Well, you might have set that listing appointment, and they went on to go see who you are. You do have the visibility. You do have the credibility. But because of your toxic political post, you might not have the likability. So people might not want to work with you. Keep it neutral. Keep it neutral. And then be prepared to respond. Going to the previous slide, if somebody comments on your post, somebody sends you a direct message, shouldn't you respond to that? Right? I mean, hey, great, whatever, great, it doesn't matter, right? That's really nice, really whatever. I mean, how hard is it to say thank you? Somebody direct messages you, how hard is it to respond to them? Maybe respond quickly while they're still on there, right? If they direct message, maybe respond quickly and you can have a good conversation with them. Maybe they're buying a house. right? If it's on your business page and it's all about real estate, you can kind of assume that the person who's at the other side of that's messaging you, that direct messages you, has some interest in real estate. Or maybe they want to sell you real estate. Maybe they want to sell you marketing. I don't know, right? But you don't know unless you engage and respond with that person. So you have to do that, right? Be prepared to respond, right? And always keep the golden rule in mind. Talked about this more than once already today, right? What's the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have others do unto you, right? So no matter what you put, no matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter what you think, there's a way to say it respectfully. Be respectful on social media, right? There's so many toxic people on social media, right? And what's the other one? If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, right? I think our moms used to tell us that, right? So sometimes it's better just don't say anything. Don't put anything at all. If somebody responds to if somebody puts a toxic comment on one of your posts, you don't necessarily have to respond to that, right? There's no reason that you have to return that energy. Remember, people will find you on social media. People will look you up on social media. We do it. I look up my customers on social media. I want to know whose house I'm going to. I want to know what political party they belong to. It really is a gold mine of information. If you're getting ready to go on an appointment and you look up the person that you're about to go on the appointment with, and they have a public profile, and you can go through their posts, you're going to know very quickly who they are. An animal lover, right? They belong to this political party. They have this many kids, right? They're probably in this age demographic, right? You're going to know what race they are. You're going to know all kinds of things about this person that's going to help you prepare for the appointment that you're about to meet. But just remember, they can do the same thing to you. They can look you up, and if you put something on there that's distasteful, you might lose the appointment. I've never lost an appointment personally, but I've heard of people that have, because of something that they put on social media. I've heard of customers that have canceled appointments because of stuff that people put on social media. I've seen where agents, or even customers for that matter, reach out to the broker about what other real estate agents are putting on social media. So don't be that person. And if somebody says something negative to you, somebody says something toxic to you on social media, move past it, and don't get offended by it. It's actually a medal of honor. Unless you put something offensive, don't put something offensive. But if you put something, somebody comes on and they're just trying to trigger you, number one, leave it alone, but take it as a medal of honor, right? Because that means that you're having an effect. That means that you're engaging, even if this person doesn't like what you have to say. But just remember, when you comment to that toxic thought, the rest of your followers are reading what you're commenting. They're figuring out who you are. You might lose followers. You might lose engagement. Right? Somebody puts something and it, maybe you just took it the wrong way and you responded incorrectly, right? You might not get, you might lose people that would engage with you later on down the road. Keep it respectful. If you feel your heart start to speed up and your blood pressure and your face turns red, and you're about to hit send, don't hit send. And that's in all correspondence. Social media, email, text message, anytime. You don't want to respond in anger. We don't, your emotions, right? Your heart will lead you astray, right? Your emotions will lead you astray. Your emotions, when they get in front of you, will lead you astray, right? Be professional. Keep it professional 100% of the time, because everybody's watching. You can delete the post, but people will remember it was there. And they might have even taken a screenshot of it, right? So, just keep that in mind. That's all I got, guys. So before we end, one final shameless plug. for people watching the recording or anybody here live that's not a member of Miranda Executive Realty, please feel free, reach out to us. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to have a conversation with you and talk to you about how we can help you take your business to the next level. All right. Well, before we end, does anybody have any questions? Any thoughts? Any opinions? Did I miss anything? Does somebody have a social media hack, or does somebody have a tip that they use on social media that works well for them? Got to be something. Somebody's got to have something. No? Because I know I'm not the social media expert in the room. It's got to be somebody that's better on social media than me. Lisa, you're muted, or is that me?
Not either, Joe. I'm not. That's. Am I muted?
Not anymore. Or maybe I think it's lagging. Yeah, your computer's lagging.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not that great with social media. I'm mediocre.
Yeah. So, but I think, as with anything, we get better with time. But, it's just doing something and being consistent with it, right? Maybe social media is not what you want to use for your marketing strategy, right? But you should still, you should still at least have those automations up there. Because people, no matter if you love social media or you hate social media, people are going to look for you and they will find you on social media, unless you don't exist in social media, in which case, there's no visibility. And you lost an opportunity for credibility and likability, right? So at least put the automations up. If you need help with automations, reach out to us, right? The agents of MX know that we're happy to help with anything we can help you with, right? If you want to use our templates for your stuff, use it, right? Already, if you tell us that you have a listing just listed, send it to us. We'll post it on our social media for you, and then you can share it on your own page, right? So that's going to give you more credibility with us posting your stuff and then you just sharing it, right? We could brag about you for you, and then you can share it on your page. And because it comes from a third party, it's going to have more credibility, right? So, we have all kinds of tools. We have all kinds of resources. Everything that we talked about, we can help you with. This is stuff that we can help you with, right? So, our motto, again, don't stay stuck. You really shouldn't stay stuck. There's no reason. Agent resources alone, there's everything in there. Every training we've ever done, every flyer we've ever made, every checklist that's ever been created, right? Literally everything is in there, right? How to process a transaction. It doesn't matter what it is, it's in there, right? So, don't stay stuck. Reach out. If you're not sure about the automations on social media, let us know. We'll help you out. If you need templates for your automations on social media, let us know. We'll help you out. There's already a lot of stuff in Sierra, our CRM, so you can always tap into that. So, just, all you gotta do is reach out. We're one link away. You pop into a room just like this. A lot of people on this call right now have actually been in our lobby room. You get bored, you just want somebody to talk to, come pop in with us, say hi, right? Come hang out with us. We do have agents that have sat in the room with us and just worked, right? And they get a random question, we answer the question right there on the spot. Don't stay stuck. There's no reason. No reason to stay stuck. Last thing. So we do have 5 Tuesdays in the month of July. So next week is a bye week. We won't be having a training next week. We do the Ask the Brokers the second and fourth Tuesdays, and then our roundtable group coaching is the first and the third Tuesday. Next week is the fifth Tuesday, so we won't be doing it unless we do another pop-up training, which we might do, but we don't have anything planned at the moment. So our next one is August 13th. Make sure you show up for it. We don't know for sure if it's going to be this is the training we're going to do or not, but right now we're thinking about the psychology of sales, where we're going to talk about some different psychological profiles, some different ways to kind of know who you're talking to, and then some strategies and tactics, psychologically with people. So nothing to manipulate, right? We're not here to manipulate people. We're not here to coerce people, right? But just to help us to have a better relationship with people, help us to understand people a little bit more, because people can be difficult, right? And the better we understand them, the better we're going to be able to, deal with them, handle them, work with them, and help them, right? Because our goal ultimately is to help them achieve the American dream and beyond, right? So that's what we're thinking. Again, it's not 100%. We may have something else. If there's a training that we haven't done or you think that we should redo, let us know. Pop in with us. Let us know, what it is you want us to train. And if it's something that we can, we will. Something that we can't, we could probably, reach out to somebody and find somebody that can train it for us. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for attending. Don't stay stuck. Pop in the lobby. Come say hi, guys.